Hello students, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. Myself Snehal Mane, teaching you maths for grade 6. Today we are going to start new lesson, that is lesson number 7, fractions. We have learnt about fractions in the previous classes also. So in this lesson we are going to learn more detail about where do we use fractions, addition, subtraction of fractions on a number line and many more new concepts. So let us see, that is lesson number 7, fraction. Now see, in this lesson we are going to see about fractions, types of fractions. There are many different types of fractions. So we are going to see what is the lowest form or simplest form of fraction. Then we are going to see about comparing of fractions, comparison of fractions. Then addition and subtraction of fractions. Then we are going to summarize all the points that we have studied in this lesson. You can see the image where there are two people, they are going on a drive. While just going on a drive or to a picnic, they have observed a tree with full of mangoes. They have observed a tree with full of mangoes. Okay. So they, by seeing these mangoes, they want to eat it. They want to eat it, and they have taken 3 mangoes from the tree and they started eating it. They have taken 3 mangoes from the tree. Okay. Now if we want to divide these 3 mangoes between 2 people, can we divide it? Yes, can we divide it? Yes, we can divide it. So let us give them each 1 mango. First we have to give each of them 1 mango. See, let us name this guy as Rahul and let us name this guy as Karan. Okay. So Rahul and Karan, they have picked the mangoes from the tree. How many mangoes they have picked up? 3 mangoes. So they have plucked 3 mangoes and then 1 mango Rahul has taken and 1 mango Karan has taken. Now they have eaten the one mango and 1 mango is still remaining. Yes, 1 mango is still remaining. Can you tell me, can they divide this 1 mango among 2? Now he got 1 mango, he got 1 mango, till here it's equal, but they still have 1 mango. So can they divide this 1 mango? Yes, both of them can get a part of a mango. Both of them can get a part of the mango. So the mangoes can be equally divided. Like he get 1 mango, he get 1 mango. Then the remaining 1 mango has been divided into 2 parts, 2 equal parts. So half part will be given to Rahul and half part will be given to Karan. So both of them, that means both of them, Rahul and Karan, would get a part of mango. That is, how much part of the mango they will get? They will get half part of the mango. So in total they would have eaten 1.5 mango, and Rahul has eaten 1.5 and Karan has eaten 1.5 mango. Yes. So we need a special type of number that represents parts of a whole object. Yes, we need a special type of number that represents parts of a whole object. Yes, the when this mango was 1, so it was a whole mango, it was a whole mango, or we can tell it as a whole object. But to get the equal sharing among 2, this mango has been divided into 2 equal parts, that is half, that is half. So in fraction we write it as 1/2. In fraction we write this as 1/2. 1 is the numerator and 2 is the denominator. Yes, 1 is the numerator and 2 is the denominator. This number is called a fraction. This number is called a fraction, and this is read as half. 1/2 is read as half. We tell it as half. Actually 1/2 is nothing but half. So remember, we need a special type of number that represents parts of a whole object. This number is called a fraction. This number is called a fraction. Here fraction, this is the numerator, 1 is the numerator and 2 is the denominator, and this is read as half. This is read as half. So in this lesson we are going to learn more about such fractions. Fraction. Fraction is a number representing a part of a whole. Fraction is a number representing part of a whole. Now, out of 5 parts, 1 part is given to Rahul. So, out of whole, 1 part is given to Rahul. This we can represent as 1 by 5. 1 by 5 in fraction. So, fraction is nothing but it is part of a whole. It is the part of a whole. Then 2 by 7, 6 by 5 are also some types of fractions. Now you can see here, observe this fraction 3 by 8. It is given 3 by 8. So 3, what does it tell? I am the numerator. 3 is the numerator. I tell you the number of parts being considered. I am the numerator. This 3 is called as numerator and it tells us the parts of being considered. It means, for example, we have 8 apples. We have 8 apples and out of that 3 we have eaten. 3 we have eaten. So, how many apples were eaten? To denote this in a fraction, we use 3 by 8. Total number of apples are 8 and how many apples were eaten? 3. So, 3 is considered as numerator and this tells us the number of parts being considered. For example, we have taken as apple. So, here we consider that number of apples eaten. Here we consider the number of apples eaten and you can see denominator. So, 8 is the denominator. This tells the total number of equal parts. This tells the total number of equal parts. So, total apples were 8 and out of those 3 were eaten. So, 3 by 8 is the fraction. A fraction contains 2 natural numbers. These are 2 natural numbers. One is called the numerator and the other is the denominator. One is the numerator and other is the denominator. These both are natural numbers. These both are natural numbers. So, this was about the numerator and denominator, which are the natural numbers. Now, you can see here. Let us observe the division of rectangle in different ways. So, this is a rectangle. This is a rectangle. You can see the longest part which is length and the shortest part which is breadth. We can, if it has been not divided into different parts, so we can just, it was a rectangle. Okay. Now see, this rectangle has been divided into 4 equal parts. Has been divided into 4 equal parts shaded by the different colors. Okay. In the same way, this rectangle can be divided into different ways, like the vertical line and horizontal line, then the parts will be 1, 2, 3 and 4, and if we divide it diagonally, this line should be joined here and this line should be joined here. Then we have again 4 different parts, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, a rectangle or a square can be divided into different ways. It can be divided into different ways. So, you have observed here the division of rectangle in different ways. Each division is of equal part. The rectangle is divided into 4 equal parts. Rectangle is divided into 4 equal parts. So, each equal part represented by 1 by 4. each equal part represented by 1 by 4. How we can say it? Total number of parts are 4, which is given in the denominator. And suppose we want to find the shaded region for red color. So, we have to write 1 by 4. If it is for green, again 1 by 4. How many parts were shaded? Dark blue, it is 1 by 4. Sky blue, it is 1 by 4. So, out of 4 parts, it has been divided. Each equal part can be represented by 1 by 4. Each equal part is represented by 1 by 4. So, in the same way, many different objects can be divided into equal parts and we can write the fractions for those. How to represent part of a figure in terms of a fraction? How to represent part of a figure in terms of a fraction? Now, you might have doubt that if a figure is given and it has been divided into 4 different parts, how we can tell that whether how we can represent the part of a figure in terms of fraction. So, let us see here a fraction for a shaded portion of a figure written as, if in a question it has been asked to you, write the fraction for the shaded part, write the fraction for the shaded part, then you have to use this formula to write the fraction. How? The number of shaded parts upon total number of equal parts. Out of 5, there are 5 parts. Out of those, 2 parts are shaded and 3 parts are unshaded. So, number of shaded parts, how many parts do we have shaded? 2 parts. And total number of equal parts, how many that do we have? 5. So, 2 upon 5, number of shaded parts are 2 and total number of equal parts are 5. So, the fraction will be 2 by 5. The fraction will be considered as 2 by 5. Let us see that in an example. See here, consider a figure having 9 equal blocks. Out of them, 2 are painted blue. Okay. See, this is a figure which is having 9 equal blocks. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay. Now, you have seen the figure which is divided into 9 equal blocks and some of them are colored green and some of them are colored blue. Now, if you want to write the fraction for green part, let us write the fraction for green part first. You can see here number of green parts. How many green parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So, in numerator we have 7 and total number of blocks are or parts are 9. So, the fraction for green part is 7 upon 9 is 7 upon 9. Now, let us consider now the fraction for blue part. Fraction for blue part. You can see the number of blue parts are only 2. The number of blue parts are 2 which comes in the numerator and total number of parts are 9. So, 9 comes in the denominator. So, here we find out the according to the figure the shaded region or the colored region we can tell. So, the fraction for the green part is 7 by 9 and fraction for the blue part is 2 by 9 is 2 by 9. Can you find the fraction representing the shaded portion of the given figure? Yes, can you find it? See, first of all, see here the whole figure is divided into 9 equal parts, out of which 3 parts are shaded. Yes, let us count once again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. This figure has been divided into 9 equal parts, and which of these 3 parts are shaded, 3 parts are colored. Okay. So, to represent this in a fraction, what do we do? The shaded part, that is 3, comes in the numerator and total number of equal parts comes in the denominator. So, the fraction for the shaded portion is 3 upon 9. 3 upon 9, the shaded region comes in the numerator and the total equal parts comes in the denominator. Then the shaded portion of the given figure is 3 upon 9, 3 upon 9. Yeah, now it is time to test your knowledge. Can you tell me that the answer for this question? You can see here, find the fraction representing the total shaded part of the given figure. Find the fraction for representing the total shaded part of the given figure. Now, you can see this figure which is divided into few parts. Let us count the total number of parts: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, total number of parts are 8, and out of those the shaded parts are, count it, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, 4. In the numerator we have 4 and in the denominator total equal parts are 8. So, the answer is 4 upon 8. Answer is 4 upon 8. Now, next one, how to represent a fraction using a figure. How to represent fraction using a figure. You can see this figure, yes, total parts. This figure is divided into 8 equal parts: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, just now we have seen that when the figure is given, we can find the fraction for the following. Like in numerator we have the shaded region and in denominator we have the total number of equal parts. Now, in this question we have the fraction. We have the fraction. Now, we have to draw a figure to represent this fraction. Okay. We have the fraction 3 by 8. To show or represent this fraction, we need to draw a figure. So, we have taken a rectangle where we have divided the rectangle into 8 equal parts. Divided the rectangle into 8 equal parts. So, out of 8 total parts, total equal parts, 3 should be shaded. 3 should be shaded. So, we have shaded this 3 into different color. So, 3 by 8 is represented as figure in the following way. Okay. So, in this way we represent the figure for the following fraction. Let us see few more examples. Color the part according to the given fraction. Now, the fraction is given and we have to just color it. What is the fraction? 9 upon 12. Now, how many parts of this particular block we need to shade? 9 blocks. So, here we have shaded the 9 blocks with the color. Then we have 9 upon 14. Then we have 9 upon 14. You can see again how many parts we have to shade here? 9. So, here 9 parts are shaded with blue color. Now, next example is 8 by 8. 8 by 8. It means total parts are 8 and how many parts do we need to shade? 8. So, 8 parts are shaded with yellow color. So, in this way we can color the part according to the given fraction. Yes. Does the fraction 3 by 4 represent the shaded portion of the following figure? Does the fraction 3 by 4 represent the shaded portion of the following figure? Now, you can see this is a triangle. This triangle has been divided into 4 parts, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now, according to the fraction we can tell it 3 by 4, but is it really so? Because it does not satisfy the rules, because the triangle is not divided into equal parts. The triangle is not divided into equal parts. So, that is why we cannot say the fraction is 3 by 4. The triangle is not divided into equal parts. Therefore, the shaded portion does not represent the fraction 3 by 4. We cannot say this fraction is 3 by 4 because this triangle is not divided into 4 equal parts. Is not divided into 4 equal parts. Next example, does the fraction 4 by 7 represent the red portion in the following figure? Okay, now we have to see first 4 by 7. How many total parts do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, in the denominator we have 7 equal parts, and then in numerator are the 4 parts shaded in red color. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4 by 7. So, the answer is yes, the rectangle is divided in 7 equal parts and out of these 4 are shaded. Okay? Yes, the rectangle is divided into 7 equal parts and out of these 4 are shaded. Okay? Next example. Rachel had 3 pencils. She sharpened one of them. Represent the sharpened pencil as a fraction. Now, how many pencils does she have? She have 3 pencils. How many pencils? 3. Out of that, she sharpened one pencil. She has sharpened one pencil. The number of pencils sharpened becomes the numerator. How many pencils she sharpened? She sharpened one pencil. And what are the total number of pencils? 3 pencils. Out of 3 pencils, total 3 pencils, 1 pencil has been sharpened. So, the fraction is shown by 1 by 3. The total number of pencils becomes the denominator, hence the fraction is 1 by 3. Hence, the fraction is 1 by 3. Okay? Next, what fraction of an hour is 50 minutes? What fraction of an hour is 50 minutes? As you know, students, we have how many minutes in an hour? In 1 hour we have 60 minutes. In 1 hour we have 60 minutes. So, we have to represent what fraction of an hour is 50 minutes. Okay. So, to show this, you can see 1 hour is divided into 60 minutes. We are taking 50 minutes out of 60 minutes. So, out of 60, how many minutes we are taking? 50 minutes. So, it is shown by 50 by 60. 50 by 60 as total minutes are 60, which comes in the denominator, and out of those we have how many minutes? 50 minutes. So, 50 comes in the numerator. So, therefore, the required fraction is 50 by 60. The required fraction is 50 by 60. Next, fraction on a number line. Now, we are going to see about the new concept, that is fraction on a number line. We all know how to represent whole numbers on a number line. As you know, the smallest whole number is 0. Smallest whole number is 0, and as we go towards right from 0, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So, this is what about the number line of whole numbers. This is the number line of whole numbers. Now, let us learn how to represent fractions on a number line. Let us show 1 by 2 on the number line. Let us show 1 by 2 on the number line. Now, you can see after 0 we have 1, then 2, 3, 4 and so on continuously. Now, we have to divide the length into 2 equal parts as the denominator is 2. As the denominator is 2. Now, see 1 by 2 is nothing but half. 1 by 2 is nothing but half. So, we have to divide the length into two equal parts. So, what can be half? So, from 0 to 1, in between we have half, So, we have denoted 1 by 2 in between 0 and 1, So, it is 1 by 2. Let us see one more example. Show 1 by 3 on the number line. Divide the gap between 0 and 1 into 3 equal parts as the denominator is 3. Now, see here students, show 1 by 3 on the number line. We have to show 1 by 3 on the number line. So, divide the gap between 0 and 1. So, between 0 and 1 we have to create such equal parts. Okay? We have to create 3 equal parts. Between the gap 0 and 1. So, see here 0 and 1 we have the gaps 1, 2 and 3. We have the 3 gaps 1, 2 and 3. Okay? Now, how we will denote it? See here. Show 1 by 3 on the number line. Now, we have here 0 upon 3. Then we have here 1 upon 3. Then we have 2 upon 3 and this is 3 upon 3. These are the 3 parts which we have given in the gap between 0 and 1. So, this is the 0 and this is the 1. Why 1? Because 3 gets cancelled and it is the one whole. So, 0 and 1. Between the gap 0 and 1 we have 3 points. 3 equal parts. The 0 and 1 are divided into 3 equal parts. So, here we show 1 by 3 on the number line as this way: 0 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3 and 3 by 3. So, this is about the number line. Now, we have seen, let us have a review over the things that we have studied. What is the fraction? Fraction is a number representing a part of a whole. Then we have seen about the numerator and the denominator, which are both the natural numbers. We have seen the rectangle has been divided into different ways and each equal part can be represented by 1 by 4. Then we have seen how to represent a figure in terms of a fraction. When the blocks are given, the green part, here we have seen the example, it can be denoted as 7 by 9 and the blue part can be denoted as 2 by 9 as a fraction. Then we have seen few more examples about this. We have also seen when a fraction is given and how to draw a figure for showing that fraction. We have seen few more examples, and lastly we have seen that fraction on a number line. Okay. So, in this lesson now we have seen about the fractions on a number line, how to represent the shaded portion, how to represent a fraction, and when a fraction is given, how to draw a diagram and shade it. So, these are the few examples what we have studied today. In the next class we will see more about the different types of fractions and we will solve few examples from the exercise questions. Thank you students.